Hey, ViolarulesReacts here, and welcome to another blind commentary, and also happy holidays to everyone. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video by TheOneAJ called Holiday Masking, which is an uplifting romance slice of life, sci-set shimmer, shipfic. So if shipfics aren't your thing, then maybe you shouldn't watch this video, but let's go ahead and get started with this reading. And I believe that this is a story
Holiday
that
Masking,
TheOneAJ
written and read by TheOneAJ.
Yeah, it is. I also make the art
Twilight
for this,
Sparkle
which is what's on
opened her
screen
front
right
door
now.
to the most
Zoomed
beautiful
in
thing
for some
in the
reason.
world. Happy holidays, Sunset Shimmer smiled as she held out her girlfriend's favorite holiday treat. A dozen plastic-wrapped
Yeah, that's what I mean by
lemon-pound
ship
cupcakes
pic.
with vanilla
Yeah,
icing.
girlfriends in this one.
Even the steam-covered bags couldn't hide their beauty. Plus, Sunset Shimmer, dressed in her best winter jacket and boots, looked as beautiful as ever to the little bookworm.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm glad that I
sunset,
drew them
Twilight
in their
said,
traditional
with a
winter
blush
garb
as
for
she
this.
stared at the still warm desserts which contrasted against the snow-covered
Even though I made
backdrop
the art
of her
for this one,
neighborhood.
I actually don't know the
How
story,
did you
so I actually
know?
didn't read it.
Oh, I am hurt that you think I never pay attention to you, Sunset said, hand to her chest. Well, Twilight smiled, leaning in to plant a kiss on Sunset's cheek. Also, for the record, I can control myself before the party. Sunset raised an eyebrow. You sure about that? Twilight fidgeted as she looked at the cupcakes. Maybe one right now couldn't hurt, she said, shamefully taking the treat. Just let me get my dish and mask, and then we can head out to the party. Okay, Sunset said, with a nod. As Twilight closed the door, she let out a girlish giggle before consuming the treat.
Which is an interesting take on it, you know, putting in
Despite the
into
pandemic,
the story.
Canterlot City shone as brightly as it did at this time of year. While it meant that some holiday traditions had to be put to the side, others persisted in spite of, or even in light of, the new restrictions. One of which was Pinkie Pie's famous ugly sweater parties that had been turned into her first ever ugly mask party. It was definitely a surprise to hear Pinkie Pie even attempting such a get-together. A few of who even vocally spoke out against it, believing Pinkie was simply being naive. However, when Principal Celestia had graciously allowed it to take place in the school's parking lot, to Pinkie's delight, everyone chilled. Celestia's offer, both allowing the party girl not needing to trim her guest list if it was held at her house, while putting anyone's concerns that Pinkie hadn't thought this through aside, especially when they learned about how the location came with the conditions that the event would be invite-only, guests had to have their temperatures checked before entering, and any food needed to be individually packaged, such as the plastic-wrapped cupcakes Sunset and Twilight were carrying, which nobody objected, too happy having something that year they could do with their friends. If being and getting together meant a few changes to their traditions, so be it.
Yeah,
Things going well? Sunset casually asked, before remembering, how's your brother? Huh? Oh yeah, he's recovering well, Twilight said, with a nervous chuckle.
Something that's similar.
I mean, it's not like this thing has a high death rate among young people, so what's there to worry about? Sunset frowned as Twilight lowered her head. Anyways, Sunset said, freeing one of her hands to pull out her hand-stitched wool mask. It was shaped as a sun, although some of the sunbeams had to be drawn on a surgical mask for it to be practical. What do you think? Yours turn out any better? Yeah, Twilight mumbled. She pulled out a purplish-looking star. I couldn't figure out how to make it look right without one of the ends poking my nose. Well, the idea to make an ugly mask, Sunset smiled as Twilight noticed a few of Sunset's sun rays were slipping off. So I guess it kind of works itself out. Speaking of, we're getting closer to school, so we better slip them on. Right, Twilight said, setting the treats down to adorn their protective face gear. They arrived to find Applejack and Rarity checking temperatures at the entrance, emitting Sonata Dusk and Octavia Melody as they came into view. Howdy, girls, Applejack shouted
AJ is
through
also
her
a fan of
apple-seamed
the
mask.
Sonata and,
Hey, AJ,
Octavia
Sunset
ship,
smiled,
so that was a
in
reference
the best
to
way
her.
she could through a face mask. Rarity, got stuck on guard duty? Offered, out of the generosity of our hearts, mind you. Rarity scoffed through her snowflake gem-shaped mask.
Snowflakes.
Any trouble? Sunset
Interesting.
inquired as Applejack pressed a thermometer to her head. Had some high temperatures with Flash and Rainbow Dash earlier, Rarity admitted. We allowed them a minute to try again. Dash got in, but we couldn't admit Flash. He was upset, but was more than understanding. However, before he left, we got Pinkie Pie to throw together a care package of some of the food, and Rainbow Dash sacrificed some of her gifts for him in the exchange. Gosh, I hope he's okay, Twilight said while adjusting her glasses. Still, that was very nice of you girls. As if we let one of our friends feel left out because of a little bug, Rarity huffed. Anyways, Applejack cut in. You girls are clean. Enjoy the party. We'll be with you soon enough. They made their way inside, but not before the two of them sent Flash a season's greeting text message.
Appropriate for her. If it was said that Applejack is wearing an apple-shaped one, I didn't hear that.
Now, Pinkie Pie's ugly sweater parties were known for the following: food, hot cocoa, ugly sweaters, games, presents, music, both radio as well as live, and friends. Despite the limitations, the party still had all of that, and then some.
I've never been
Friends of groups, no larger than 4, chatted among themselves, wearing ugly, hand-stitched masks, while nearly as many wearing their sweaters to boot. Even wrapped in plastic, the homemade food looked both delicious and tasty as ever, although nothing could be done to the pre-poured drinks from getting cold faster than people would have liked. In place of the games they would have normally played inside a crowded small space, they had set up more outdoor activities such as horseshoes, beanbag tosses, charades, and more. Up on the stage, Octavia Melody was performing a winter hymn on her violin as Sonata Dusk sang along. Their duet sounding so cheerful, it would have made even the grumpiest of Scrooges crack a smile.
Is that a
To
reference
attend
to
on
one
the
of
east
AJ's
side,
previous
Pinkie
stories where
Pie
they
was
mentioned
checking the
that
exchange
Octavia
gift list
wanted to
while
take up the
Fluttershy
violin as
wiped
well,
the
said
packages
John?
down with disinfectives.
I may be
Hey girls!
misremembering that.
Pinkie waved, her cupcake-seamed mask lighting up to her smile.
I like that.
Enjoying
Pinkie Pie's
yourselves?
mask is cupcake
Yeah,
shaped.
Twilight said. Looks like everyone is having fun. She tilted her head at her two friends. But I thought Rainbow Dash always helped with the presents. It was certainly the case last year, and from what Twilight was told, that was how it went for all the sweater parties Pinkie Pie had thrown. Oh, Fluttershy mumbled through a butterfly-shaped mask. She insisted on not wanting to push her luck. Did Rarity or Applejack tell you about it? They did, Sunset said with a grimace. Twilight said nothing. Don't worry about me, Rainbow Dash shouted, having overheard them as she passed by, keeping herself a notable 30 feet away from her friends. It's not like I'm missing out or anything. Squinting, Twilight tried to see what kind of mask Rainbow Dash was wearing. However, as she took a step forward to her blue friend, Rainbow Dash took a step back. Twilight flinched. Then, with a sigh, she turned to Pinkie and pulled out her present. 2 for me this year. And 3 for me, Sunset added. Say, Twi, how about we go by that tree? Seems like there's ample space. Sure, Twilight said coldly, averting her girlfriend's gaze. They quietly walked over to said tree. Once there, and out of ear range of the present tent, Sunset asked, You okay? Of course I am. Or at least, as okay as anyone can be after this year, Twilight admitted, slumping against the bark. Hey, I know it's been a bit of a dumpster fire, Sunset said, leaning up next to Twilight.
Yeah, it kind of has.
But we'll get through this. We always do.
Oh, well.
Twilight let out a breath. I don't doubt it, but let's be honest. Things will never be the same. Even when this is over. You know it as well as I do. And trying to return everything back to exactly the way it was would only be selfish. True, Sunset nodded in agreement. Some things will change. She paused when Octavia and Sonata finished their song. The partygoers nearest the stage applauded the two through the platform's plastic panel as the musicians waved back.
Would have been a nice
Sonata
touch
gave
if
a
the
girlish
music playing
squeal
faded
as
out
she
at
raced
that
over to
line, and there was
Octavia,
applause
giving her own
noise.
girlfriend a masked kiss to everyone's delight. But whatever happens, Sunset said, placing her hands in Twilight's and using her free hand to lift the Lavender Girl's mask-covered chin. Let's just enjoy what we have now, okay? Maybe a party in the middle of a pandemic isn't the best idea, even with the care we're taking. But I think we all need to risk something like this, and it's better than doing it carelessly. That may mean it's different, but if it's with you guys, I'm happy. Besides, Sunset started to play with Twilight's mask. I'm beginning to dig the face coverings, which isn't to say it's a substitute for your beautiful smile. With dreamy and satisfied eyes, Twilight leaned up and gave Sunset Shimmer a mask kiss of her own. After that, the two girls were content to simply hold each other close for a while, enjoying the fact they could on that day. Time passed, and they were eventually joined by Rarity and Applejack, right as Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy started to hand out the exchange gifts, to which everyone opened as Rainbow Dash happily rocked out to one of her infamous guitar solos on the stage, holiday quarantine style, to everyone's delight.
Very nice. Yeah, I've reacted to the OneAJ stuff before. His narration is getting better. I do like it. Sponsored by Fanra? Okay. So I guess people can be sponsors of videos? That's an interesting idea. And that's AJ's pony on the right there. I guess that's Farmers on the left, if I had to take a guess. Cover art by ViolarulesReacts. Thanks for watching. Yeah, so that's the end of that video. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Just a little bit of a holiday themed one for you guys. I do like that it does play with the themes of current events and stuff like that. And I like the way that it was written. Like I said, AJ's narration is getting better, so I'm very, very happy about that. And as always, there will be a link to his channel in the description below because I reacted to something on his channel. So be sure to check out his stuff and give a like and subscribe to it as well. And be sure to like and subscribe to this video and this channel if you guys enjoyed this one. And I'll talk to you all next time, and happy holidays.